What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today I thought it would be great for me to do a 6-month postpartum update. I have been a mom now for 6 months. I cannot believe it has flown by. So on Instagram I asked you guys what it is that you wanted to know since I've been a mom now for 6 months, and so I'm gonna pull up you guys' questions and answer a few of them. Let's get started. A few people asked me, let me answer this question first: how am I doing? So far, on a scale of like 1 to 10, I'm probably like a 8. I'm doing pretty good. We have like those days where we didn't get enough sleep, but then we have days where she sleeps longer and we're like, thank you God for that extra hour. Overall, I'm doing pretty good, and I think I have to give credit to having an amazing partner. Robert is an amazing dad. He's just an amazing like team player. We just like tag each other in and out. Like if one person is like super exhausted, can't handle it, or the baby is just like not vibing with us, we just hop right on in and give the other person a break. So I definitely could not do this by myself. Like I was raised by a single parent, and now I just view my mom in a whole nother light because she had 2 of us. So I'm like, girl, how did you do it? So yeah, overall I feel really good. Mentally I feel great. Are you still pumping? Nursing? No, I am not pumping anymore. So breastfeeding and pumping is like a full-time job. When I first came home with Ray, I started pumping at the hospital because her latch was so strong that it like made my nipples bleed and scab, and it was just so painful. But I still wanted her to get milk from me, so I started pumping in the hospital to kind of get my breasts alerted that, hey, is that her? Okay. See, you just be hearing phantom cries like, is that the baby? But it's not. She's still asleep. Okay, so what was I saying? Oh, in the hospital I was pumping so she could get milk from me, and so when I arrived home from the hospital, I was already pumping. That was easier in the beginning. So in the beginning, you know, everybody's off of work. Your main focus is just getting to know the baby, getting adjusted with the baby. That first month is just like you're a zombie. Like you're just trying to survive at this point. I was able to pump every 3 to 4 hours around the clock because all I was doing was being a mom. I wasn't at work. I wasn't filming any videos. I was just focused on motherhood. But once I transitioned back to work, and as she got older, she started to stay up longer. She wasn't taking like frequent naps. Like when she was small, she would sleep like every hour. As she got older, she started staying up. You needed to play with her. You needed to give her attention. So like having to like play with the baby, feed myself, get some sleep, and then I gotta pump. And then by the time I'm done pumping, she's ready to eat again. So then I gotta put her on the boob. And then once she gets off the boob, I put her down to sleep. And then I go do one thing, and it's been 2 hours already. So I gotta pump again. And it just starts over. And so once I started back working, pumping just became too much. So around the holidays is when I stopped pumping and I just nursed her. And at that point we had built up quite a bit of milk in the freezer. So Robert was able to feed her while I was away, or anybody here was able to feed her. But as the milk in the freezer dwindled down, Robert was like, hey, we're running out of milk in the freezer. Like, what do you want to do? And I was kind of like, I'm not pumping no more. I don't want to do it no more. So if we run out, we run out. We just going to have to get formula. So we are now back to formula feedings, but I still nurse her throughout the day. So I am still nursing, but I am no longer pumping, and I feel great. So yeah, no more pumping, but still nursing. How's the postpartum hair situation going? I'm 2 months postpartum and terrified for mine to start coming out. Girl, I think my hair didn't start coming out till my cycle came back, which was at like 6 weeks. And yeah, they say when you're breastfeeding, you're not going to have a cycle, but you are going to have a cycle. That doesn't happen to everybody. When you wash your hair, it's going to be so much hair that comes out, and you're going to think, when I get out this shower, I know I'm bald. But you're not. It's just your edges. It's just the perimeter. And so the one thing that I did was I used this product called Divi. I found it because the blogger who created it lives here in Dallas, and she had significant hair loss as well, and so that's why she created the product. So I started using it, and I think it really helped my edges grow back in. And I think also when I stopped pumping so much, that also helped like my hormones regulate. But my best advice is just keep your hair, like, leave it alone. Don't do anything. Don't get any braids. I think getting my braids also added more attention, but I was just so over looking crusty. I didn't care. Like, I was like, I want my hair braided. I want to look like something. I want to feel good about myself. So I was just over looking like just like I've been asleep all day, which I haven't got any sleep. Like, so I wanted to get my hair braided. I got my hair braided. I don't regret it, but I do think that it added tension around the areas that were already sensitive and like falling out, and so that just caused more breakage and more shedding. But I would just recommend keeping your hair detangled. I started putting my hair in twists and just leaving my hair in twists all throughout the week. And then when it was wash day, I would just detangle the twist, wash my hair, and then twist it back up. I think leaving my hair alone was what really helped. Take your prenatals, but I honestly don't think they do anything, because I took mine and my hair still fell out, but they say it's supposed to help. So, I mean, it wouldn't hurt if you take them. So yeah, next question is sleeping tips. So the best thing that helped me and Robert is, as soon as we got home from the hospital, I told him that I saw this TikTok that recommended that parents should take shifts instead of taking turns. So what that means is you designate a set amount of hours for one person to get up and the other person stays asleep, and then you switch. And so what that did is that helped me and him both at least get 4 hours of sleep. Because what I read, or what I learned from that TikTok, is that in order for you to operate from a healthy state of mind, you need at least 4 hours of sleep to function. And so that's what we did, and I think that helped a lot for both of us to get some rest. So instead of taking turns, because when you take turns, you're interrupting both of your sleep cycles. So you end up just neither one of you getting sleep when both of you could be getting some sleep. So I think taking shifts is what helped us a lot. What are some major changes you have noticed about your body? First major change was I came back from the hospital with like new moles all over. So I had new like moles on my face that were not there before. I had new moles like on my arms and my back that I had never like noticed before. Like when I would take a shower and I'm like scrubbing, I'm like, what I thought was my first cycle actually wasn't my cycle. After I did some research, it was kind of like my body getting rid of the rest of the pregnancy stuff. I thought I was having a cycle, but I wasn't, and so I developed a pup rash, and so it was like a postpartum rash, and my everywhere was itching. Like I was itching for like a week, and I would take Benadryl and like put like cortisone, I think that's what it's called, on my body. And so that was weird and crazy, and it only lasted like 4 to 5 days, but it was just an insane amount of itching. Your boobs, like that's the biggest change if you breastfeed. Once your milk comes in, your boobs like quadruple in size, and they get so big and hard when they're full of milk. So that was like an interesting experience. But as your milk regulates, like in 2 to 3 months later, they don't get as big anymore. Once your body realizes how much milk the baby actually needs. My cycles are way worse. I never had a bad cycle really. Like all my cycles throughout my life, maybe the first day I had, mild to like medium level cramps. I was just like, I want to lay down. But now I'm like crawling on the floor because I can't stand up, because that's how bad it is. My hair fell out. Oh, my hair texture also changed. So I think my curl pattern is different than it was before. I think that's it. Okay, this is a good question. So somebody asked me, do you think having a supportive partner helped your postpartum, and what do you suggest to women who don't have a supportive partner. So, as I said before, I think having Robert has done wonders for my mental health and just like my experience overall as a first-time mom. However, I do understand that there are first-time moms out there who may have to do it by themselves, or they are a single mom or a single parent. My biggest advice is to find some sort of community, whether it's like a digital community. There are like Facebook mom groups where there's moms in there asking tons of questions or giving tons of advice, or like on TikTok there's TikTok moms that are always sharing stuff. They helped me so much leading up to the birth of Ray. But having a community really helps if you don't have a partner. So if you do have family that you can like lean on or ask for support, or just have them come over and just like sit and be around you while you're with the baby, or help you put clothes up, or help you wash dishes, whatever the case may be, I think having a community is what is so important, because it takes like a community it takes a village. That's the saying, right? It takes a village to raise a child, and that is so true. So whether you have a partner or not, I would just find your community so you can have somebody to reach out to, talk to, chat with, laugh with, cry with. Like, I have my friends that I FaceTime, like Mallory. Y'all see her all the time on my videos. I FaceTime her all the time. We're co-workers, and yes, although we're working, she's another mom. So like, if I ever needed mom advice or mom help, I could just be on a call with her and be like, hey, this is what I'm going through. Have you ever gone through this before? What did you do? Like, I would say keep you some mom friends around that you can kind of like lean on or ask advice, because it's such a foreign place when you first start. When you bring that baby home, it's so foreign, and you're gonna feel like, I can't be doing this right, or I must be doing this wrong, and you're probably not. I think having a person to be like, hey, did this happen to you? And they'd be like, yeah, and I did this. I think that's what really helps. How soon did you go back to work? So I love what I do. And I knew that I didn't want to stay in the house for like 12 weeks, but I also knew that when I did decide to go back to work, I wanted to go back to work on my own terms, at my own pace. So I actually started back work 1 month after I had Ray, but I did not start back work on a full-time schedule. So for those of you who don't know, I am a photographer. I am self-employed, so I run my own business. I make my own schedule. I decide when I want to work and when I don't. So I had already let some of my clients know that I shoot kind of like on a weekly basis. I had already let them know that like, hey, I'll let you guys know if I want to come back to work earlier than expected. And so I kind of just texted my clients that I know would like basically need me on a consistent basis. And so I have like 4 to 5 clients that I shoot on a weekly, bi-weekly basis. And so those are the people that I have been shooting for the last 6 months. But I think next month, March, is when I'm going to open up my schedule for full time again. So that will be quite a transition. But I'm really happy that I was able to kind of create the maternity leave that I wanted. So I knew maternity leave for me wasn't going to be like, oh, I'm not working for 12 weeks. It's just me and the baby. I think for me, it was more so I had a baby, and I want to incorporate this baby into my life that I'm already living. So I don't want to completely stop what I'm doing because I had a baby, but I know that I need to ease back into what I was doing with the baby while I'm getting to know the baby and being her mom. And so that's basically what I did. So I started back work a month after having her, and I've kind of just been shooting part-time since then. So I started back working in September, and it's February, and I've kind of only been shooting like 1 or 2 times a week since I've had her. Oh, this is another question. Did you have mom guilt going back to work, or felt like you went back too soon? Going back to work, I did not experience mom guilt, and this is why. So I knew that postpartum depression was a thing, and so I wanted to try my best to I wouldn't say avoid it, but just like keep my spirits up. And going to work really kept my spirits up. And in order for her to have a happy, healthy mom, I have to do things that make me happy outside of just being her mom. So going to work kind of gave me some excitement, gave me something to look forward to. And I didn't, because I feel like when you're a first-time mom, you can easily get sucked into the black hole of just being a mom. Everybody wants to just slap this label on you like, girl, you're a mom, focus on that baby, it's just you and that baby, do words to baby. People even call your phone and don't even want to talk to you, they want to talk to your baby. And so I think going to work kind of just gave me some normalcy. It gave me some me time. It gave me just something to look forward to other than just pumping milk, breastfeeding, spit up and sleep. I love my daughter so much. She is like the highlight of my life right now. But I also know the importance of continuing to do things just for me and not like everything surrounding her. So I didn't have any mom guilt when I went back to work. I was actually really excited about it. And I think that is what has also helped me stay in such happy spirits, because I feel like had I just gave up everything I was doing just to focus on her, I might have had some resentment, and I didn't want that. So I think you should just do whatever makes you happy, because in order for you to be the best person or be in the best spirits for your baby, you have to do things that make you happy. So yeah, going to work was one of those things for me. Do you monitor for developmental leaps? Have they been predictable? I don't monitor like, oh, she should be rolling over by this age, she should be walking by this age. I kind of just see what she doing and be like, oh girl, wow, you doing that now? I do follow along with the Wonder Weeks app. The Wonder Weeks app has helped us so much because it tells us when she's going through a leap, and that explains all her fussy phases. And so having that app just gives us a guide like, oh my gosh, she's freaking out, crying, everything we do, nothing is soothing her. And then we look at the app and we're like, oh, she's going through a leap. Okay, it should last about 2 weeks. Okay, cool, we can make it through this for 2 weeks. And I think that has really helped us as new parents, because then we don't think like it's something we're doing wrong. She's just actually developing, her brain is growing, she's discovering new things, and we just have to be her support system. What is the best way for family or friends to provide support? That is a good one. So the first month that we had Ray, we only allowed our parents to come over. I think the first way that families can support new parents is to follow any boundaries that they have put in place. And I appreciate all my family for respecting our boundary of not having any guests over that first month, because the first month it's just so much going on. You want to just be you, the baby, and your partner. Like, y'all need to get into the groove of y'all's thing. And the best way that family and friends can support is send them some food. Most of the time when you call a new parent and they like, girl, do y'all need anything? The new parent is going to be like, I don't know, because they so delirious. They need some food. They need to eat. So I would say send food, send DoorDash, send a frozen meal, drop off a home cooked meal. Like the first month, you're just so delirious and you're just feeding, eating, sleeping, feeding, sleeping, like the baby around the clock. If there's food already ready and you just got to pop it in the microwave and you scarf it down and you get back to the baby, that's the best thing ever. Another way that friends and family can support you as new parents is if you decide to come visit, do not come expecting to be entertained. When you come over, come to be a helper. So if there's dirty dishes, wash the dishes. If there's dirty clothes, wash the clothes. If there's clothes in the dryer, fold the clothes. Put the clothes away. Whatever you do, do not take the baby and just sit down and hold the baby. Like the mom and the baby, they have their thing going on. Let the mom keep the baby. You go around the house and just find stuff to clean up. And then ask for the baby so the mama can go to sleep. In that order. So unless the mom offers you her baby, you don't need to take the baby. Just come over, clean up, help, straighten up, wash some clothes, cook a meal. Those are the ways that friends and family can help if they decide to come by the house. What would you recommend to prep for the most postpartum? So, my number one thing that we love, diaper baskets. So, I don't know what type of living situation that you're in, but we have a 2-bedroom apartment. And so if you on TikTok or Instagram or whatever, you'll see most parents like set up a little changing table. That is cute or whatever, but you need diaper baskets. So what we have around the house is we have these baskets that I made, and I put diapers in it, wipes, changing pad, a change of clothes, some socks, and I think that was it. And so I put it all in a basket, and we have one of these baskets in every room of the house. We have one in the living room, we have one in this room, and then our room is where the changing pad and stuff is, so we didn't need a basket in there. And then Robert has one in his office / closet area. So those are a game changer because the baby is going to poop and pee anywhere in the house. You do not want to have to get up, pick the baby up, and run to that one room in the house where all the diapers are. You need these diaper changing baskets in every room, so if the baby pees or poops and you need to change them, you can just change them wherever you are. That is the best thing I ever did in this house. The second thing that I would do to prep is if you are a breastfeeding mom or if you plan on pumping, I would create a mom cart for yourself so you can have like all the gear that you need when it comes to pumping, because when you first come home, you just want to take that cart with you all over the house. So I would get a cart with wheels on it, and you can keep your pump on there, all your pumping parts, some diapers, some wipes, some breast pads, some nipple butter. You need a lot of nipple butter. You need that. Make a little cart to keep all your stuff. And eventually, once you get into the hang of things, you won't need to drag that cart with you everywhere, but it might become a great like nightstand for you. So my cart is basically my nightstand, and it has everything that I need in the middle of the night to take care of the baby or myself. Did you prepare more for postpartum than delivery? I heard that should be the focus. So yeah, I kind of touched on that with the mom cart and the diaper baskets. But another thing you need to prepare postpartum, if you had a vaginal birth, then you're gonna need some like Depends, like diapers, because you're gonna be bleeding I bled I think for like 3 weeks, almost a month. I was still bleeding. You're gonna need ice packs. Robert made me some like ice pacicle things, and I would put one of those on every day. You're gonna need biker shorts to kind of hold all that stuff together. A lot of nursing bras, because if you're breastfeeding, your boobs need to be accessible all the time. So with nursing bras, you can just snap it on and off and put the baby on. I think I did pretty good preparing for down there care, breastfeeding with my mom cart, and the diaper baskets for the baby. Postpartum is really more important to prepare for, because the delivery is literally like that long. Like, you have the baby, you there for 2 days, but then you got to come home. So that is what I would recommend you do to get your house ready, and to have frozen meals, and have your family ready to send you guys food. So food, down there care, diaper baskets, and a mom cart. Those are the 4 things that I think would make postpartum, especially when you first get home, extremely easier, or not as hard. What would your advice be for upcoming first-time moms? So my best advice for upcoming first-time moms is to give yourself grace. You do not have to think that you're doing everything right or wrong. You just do whatever you think is best for you and your child. Remember that you are the best mom for that baby. That's why God gave you that baby. Your baby trusts you, so whatever you think is the right decision, you're probably right. Enjoy the moment. Just because you have a bad day doesn't make you a bad mom. You can always get better the next day. And just enjoy the moment. They grow so fast. I feel like Ray was like so little when she came home, and now she's like half my height, and she's 6 months old. take a lot of pictures, record a lot of videos, and just kind of like make your journey of parenthood yours. Like, people ask me like, what style of parenting do you and Robert plan on doing? Our style. That's what we plan on doing. But just do whatever is best for you and your household, and just have fun. Like, find the fun moments and the happy times in it all. Like, yes, it's hard. Yes, your sleep changes, but it's doable. So yeah, like, I just adjusted. Yeah, you might lose sleep. Yeah, it's gonna be hard, but just give yourself grace and try to find the fun parts of it all, and it can be fun. Okay, so that is all the questions that I got today so far. That is my 6-month postpartum update. A few last minute tips that I have for you guys. One of the things some people have asked me before in my DMs is like, how do me and Robert continue to date each other in postpartum? And honestly, once the baby sleep, we'll have dinner together. We watch Netflix together. When we're out and about in the car and she sleep in the car, we'll have a car date. We'll like go to our favorite fast food place, grab some food, and like watch a show on our phone or a vlog, and we just kind of spend time together. So I think just finding those moments where you can just have a little bit of quality time is what's most important. Again, as first-time moms, give yourself some grace, and make sure you find a community of people that you can lean on, call on, and ask for help. So that's it for this video. If you guys have any more questions, you can leave it in the comments below. I think I'm gonna do another video sharing my top 10 favorite things that I use postpartum, so be on the lookout for that. But yeah, if you have any questions, comment them below, and if there's anything else you want to know as far as motherhood goes, leave it in the comments and I might make a separate video about it. So that is all for today. I will see you guys next Monday. Make sure you are subscribed and like this video if you loved it. See you next time.